I've got some garbage for you. This week, my garbage person, he's in here somewhere, I'm not sure. I smell the rotting, so I know he's down there. Is Donald Trump once again. I just have to give him this great dishonor because of course he spent this week doing his little photo op where he goes to East Palestine, and I will grant him that it's good politics. And to the extent that people were aided by the fact that he brought some pallets of water yesterday on the show, I even gave him credit for that. And if that had been where it ended, he wouldn't be my garbage person, but he can't help himself. That's why he's a trash man. He had to go on Truth Social and bleed out the viewership report. Total people that saw the coverage, social and traditional, 178 million. So many people watched us. Oh, the ratings were great. Everyone loved it. I don't even know if those numbers are honest. It probably burns inside him too that apparently the 3 major cable news networks ignored live coverage of his photo op in East Palestine. There was some coverage on Newsmax and OAN, so I guess that's good. He attacked Fox News as not covering him nearly enough. But we all get that this is a photo op. We get that. But to make it so obvious that you are one day later bragging about the social media engagement, those people are still as terrified about the future, about the state of the environment there, about their ability to continue to live there as they were the day before. But he has so fully moved on that he's like looking forward to Emmy season or something. David, what do you think?
That's a good choice. And you know what, I totally think it's so interesting because I think Donald Trump did the wise thing politically to go to East Palestine and to buy McDonald's for the fire, for everybody who was there and the cleanup crew. That's fine. But again, to your point, he can't help himself. He has to take it to the next level where he shows what a fraud and what a narcissist he really is. And my fear in terms of politics is if Donald Trump was always, if he was ever just the person who just did that first thing, just a sort of first initial political instinct and yucked it up in East Palestine and left it there, he would be a real dangerous political threat because he's already incredibly charismatic. He certainly has certain political instincts. But thank God he shows himself to be this sort of garbage person who is so full of himself and full of his own narcissism and full of his own I'm the greatest, because that shows what a joke he really is and how he really does belong in sort of the dumpster of American society. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing this guy was president. It's embarrassing this guy's running for president again. 20 years ago, we would have laughed off the stage somebody who did these kind of antics, but every day it's just sort of like, oh, that's Donald Trump.
Yeah, a little bit more normalized. Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, they were so right on Sesame Street to have Oscar the Grouch play a character of Donald Trump. He's been in trash for decades and he likes it there. Yeah, he can get the advice to go and do there, but he can't get the past that deep within. He is so small and he's so desperate and he so wants to be loved that he undercuts himself. Anyway, those are our garbage people of the week, but 49,000 of you voted for the community garbage person of the week, and here are your top 5. Coming in at number 5 with 4% of the vote is Don Lemon for saying women over 50 are past their prime. His attacks against Nikki Haley that apparently have put him on his last warning. Number 4 is Vladimir Putin, 8% of the vote for his homophobic speech during Russia's equivalent of the State of the Union. Coming at number 3, 10% of the vote, you have Pete Buttigieg for his weak response to the train derailment. He did eventually make it to East Palestine. It only took like 3 weeks or whatever. Your runner-up with 35% of the vote, you have Marjorie Taylor Greene for calling for a national divorce and also saying that blue state voters who move to red states, even if they're not really red states, shouldn't be allowed to vote legally. And that leaves your garbage person of the week with 42% of the vote. You have Kevin McCarthy for giving sole ownership of the January 6th footage to Tucker Carlson. And I don't know about you, David. I just can't wait to find out what Tucker does with all that footage.
Doctorate, maybe. I mean, nothing would surprise me at this point. Nothing.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.